What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Halo's Kitchen, the best kitchen out there, period. It's Chef A here. As you can see, I am making another watermelon creation. It's not a cake, but it's a basket. And I did this because I wanted to, of course, but also if you have been paying attention to my TikTok shorts and whatnot, I have been posting a bunch of just raw fruit videos, different fruit creations, because I'm currently on, a cleanse, and I'm gonna still be on it throughout next week too. So look forward to that. It's gonna be good though. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, this is where I usually do a dessert creation, and I talk about out the comfort zone topics because desserts are out of my comfort zone. Though fruit isn't very much of a dessert, it's sweet, so we just gonna call it that, and that's all I'm really eating for real. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about what the title says: are you healing or just coping? Now, this one right here. When it comes to healing, silence is necessary. Having your time alone to actually sit and process what you're feeling is the only way you're able to actually heal, and to even know what is to be healed. You need to know what actually is wrong with me and stuff like that. Well, not what's wrong with you, because that sounded a little bad, but why am I acting the way that I do? Why do I have certain responses and stuff like that? And typically it does tie back to your childhood. Usually everything does, as far as why you act the way you do, and you may not be conscious and aware of what things have affected you to make you act this way that you do. And you may have been used to doing and acting a certain way, saying certain things, and you didn't even realize that they were affecting others or affecting yourselves negatively, because you grew up thinking that it was normal, when in all actuality it's something to be healed and stuff like that, because it's unhealthy. And I have personally had enough conversations with other people, as well as myself as well, to know that escapism is real. People tend to run away from their problems through escapism, and that can be drowning yourselves in work, being a workaholic. All you do is work 24/7, drug, alcoholic use, always busy and with friends, and you just have no time alone. And drug, I'm also referring to just smoking weed, edibles, or whatever. I'm talking about that as well, because I'm not gonna get too deep up into that, but I do feel like, I'm not gonna say everyone, but a lot of people do use that as a form of escaping from their reality and not choosing to actually deal with what they're feeling, processing what it is that they're feeling. I understand that it does make, a lot of people feel calm, calm their anxious thoughts and whatnot, but there are healthier ways. I feel like there's healthier ways to consume it for sure, but the most popular one that I see is smoking, and that heavily does affect your lungs. Just like drinking affects the liver, smoking is really no better, because it's going to take your lungs out. And I heard that there's such thing as like weed, tea, and whatnot, but I do feel like it's important to also be able to deal with this stuff without that as well, through different things like meditation, journaling, praying and stuff like that. But I'm just going to get into that later. And as far as what the title says, are you healing or just coping? I would say coping is more so a quick fix, whereas healing means actual growth and change. When we cope, we're doing things to try and get through whatever we're experiencing physically, mentally, emotionally. And healing is finding and acting on the solution to no longer feel and act how you did when the issue was impacting you. And as far as why I feel like something like smoking and drinking is just a form of, unhealthy coping, I would say, is because the problem is still going to be there afterwards. After the high calms down, here comes the thoughts again. Here comes all the anxious thoughts, because you didn't properly, sit with them and, actually process them and find different solutions to actually, no longer feel them anymore, if that makes sense. Another thing that I feel like is super important, I feel like you should ask yourself, are you actually expressing yourself? Am I expressing myself? I don't care who you are, if you're an artist, a doctor, a coach, whatever. Everyone needs a healthy way of expressing and dealing with their emotions. And like I was saying earlier, I feel like, a couple different examples could be journaling, painting, meditating, dancing, praying, dating and spending time with yourself if you're having issues as far as self-love or whatever and all that needs to be healed, and actually being able to be alone if that's something that needs to be healed. Spending and dating and spending time with yourself could be effective. You have to let it out somehow, some way, or it's just going to keep bottling up and you're just going to explode on someone in some way, in some situation, or even on yourself as well. You might surprise yourself and act in a way that's damaging to you. And majority of the time, the main thing that blocks us from actually finally healing from whatever it is forgiveness. It's tied to forgiveness, whether we need to forgive ourselves for doing something, for making a decision, a choice, or saying certain things. Forgive another person for doing something, saying something, or leaving you if you feel abandoned in some type of way, whether that's through grief and stuff like that, or just a friendship ending or a family dynamic ending or something. And hear me when I say that I know that this is not easy. It's not an easy process, trust me. I've literally been on this healing journey for about 3 years, and it still gets to me sometimes, even though I've been in practice of all these different things, expressing myself, let it out. And sometimes it just seems like, wow, like again, I gotta cry again. I gotta express this again. Like it's something else that's bothering me. Something that I thought that I did heal from, but it seemed to have just come back and stuff like that. I didn't realize that I fell back into, coping mechanisms instead of, actually healing from it and growing and evolving. I didn't take, the necessary steps, and sometimes that happens as well. We feel that we did the right thing to let it go, but sometimes it just takes a little bit more, and that's why I always say, with the help of God, things become a lot more easier, a lot more simpler, and it doesn't feel like you're doing everything all alone, because you can sit there and vent to your friends all day long about, your different feelings, your hurts and stuff like that, your pains, whatever you're going through. But it's nothing like having that bond with God, who really understands, how to heal, understands the other side of things and how to let go of the things that are hindering you, holding you back and stuff like that. And always remember to give yourself grace, be patient with yourself and patient with the process, because this thing is not easy. Life is not easy. Healing is not easy, but it's a beautiful thing. There's beauty in the struggle. Always remember that. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. I definitely encourage you to make this fruit basket because it was so fun. It let me express my creativity, my endless creativity, and I hope it does the same for you guys as well. And I encourage you to go on a cleanse too, because it feels great. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for the next video. The next short is going to be uploaded tomorrow. So yeah, bye. Have a beautiful, wonderful day.